Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Good morning, everybody. Well, first of all, I love this picture with the butterflies. Second of all, it was Philip's birthday. We don't want to forget about Philip. So we have a lot of information again to cover today, mostly good stuff with the real royals. So let's just jump in with both feet and get there, shall we? Let's go. So the stories are coming out now that Harry is going to be haunted by the Queen's Jubilee for the rest of his life. Apparently, they were invited to the parade. They were invited to the show the night before. They were invited to everything, but they didn't want to go to those things because that's not the way they wanted to be seen by their supporters. They wanted to be seen as royal and on the same level, where they used to be. But of course, that's not possible. So they simply chose to go to the church and then, bow out. Their brand, they needed to be seen, especially for Netflix, as being on the same level. So they were told that if they went to the parade, if they went to the show, they weren't going to be sitting in the royal box. And they were going to be sitting with the minor royals. And that's why they skipped those events, because they didn't have center stage seats. And that's not the way Harry's used to being treated. But Harry's got to understand that this is his life, and he chose it. So you can't be upset about it. All right, moving on. Now, this next story really got me because what they're saying is that after the Jubilee, Harry and Meghan's feud with the royals will be worse than ever. Now, what this article was saying was that Harry and Meghan were belittled. It was dished out to them. And it was painfully apparent that, they were belittled by the family. I don't agree with that. I don't believe they were belittled at all. I believe they wanted to step back from being senior royals, which means you're on the same level with like Zara and Mike Tyndale. They didn't like it. They didn't like it at all, And then the stories came out that they met with the Queen and they asked for a photo with the Queen, and the Queen said, no, this is a private visit. Therefore, we're not going to take a photo. That didn't go over well either, So yeah, I'm sure it's worse. And of course, we've already heard that Harry was upset and wants an apology from the family. But I think he's got it backwards, because I'm telling you, if people are talking about trying to get this rift to heal, if they want this rift healed, if anybody wants it healed, Harry and Meghan are going to have to apologize for the Oprah interview and all the lies that it was proven that they told. They're going to have to retract some of the things they said. Okay, no. Yes, we accused you of being racist. No, yes, we told you we had proof. No, we don't have any proof. Then, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to do some serious retractions if they expect this to go away. And we all know that's just not the way Meghan works. So I wouldn't hold my breath for that either. All right, moving on. Next up, stories are starting to come out about what was really going on. And this one, it sounds very believable to me. This one is saying that Harry and Meghan were wired up for the Thanksgiving service. That's something we've already heard. That there was a noticeable lump poking through her outfit on the right side of her chest, and she kept fiddling with the left side of her collar as if trying to push something up underneath it. Charles was informed by palace security that Markle was wired. They have experts at spotting these things and equipment to detect bugging devices. And it was obviously triggered by Meghan's devices, even though they were some distance away. And apparently, after the service, Charles told them they had better stay away from the other events. Otherwise, security would remove them. And this put the kibosh on any private Windsor baptism for Lilibet or personal meetings with the Queen. Having been banned from the rest of the Jubilee events, they took their private jet and went home. Okay, some of that I believe, some I do not. I don't believe Charles said to them, stay away from the other events. I don't believe that one at all. And there was never going to be a baptism, and yeah, okay. Then Markle News on Instagram came out with some information, which also sounds very interesting. First, it says Netflix is upset because they knew a couple weeks ago that they would get zero access to any Jubilee footage, neither outside among the crowds or inside public royal spaces. They knew way back then that the copyright to have a picture with the Queen would belong to the royal family, and so it would be worth nothing to Netflix. So initially, they had no expectations of getting insider access through Harry and Meghan, but then Meghan had an idea that got Netflix hopes up. It's being alleged that Meghan thought that if she threw Lily's first birthday party, that she would get some footage for Netflix that way. But of course it flopped because everybody already had other things to do that were on the calendar. So what's being stated is that no one who wasn't a vendor came, hence the picture with the cake baker. The Sussex PR has been spreading rumors that the Tyndall's children attended, but apparently they did not. And they're saying that regardless if they did or didn't, they would not have authorized videos or pictures of their children. The Van Straubazes apparently came too, but it's either a lie or they also forbade pictures of themselves or their children. So the June 4th garden party was a flop, and it really upset Meghan, so that's why they left early and returned home on the 5th. So this ends with it saying, of course, this is all alleged, and every detail may not be completely accurate, but that's pretty much what went down. And so Netflix hoped that the Sussexes would deliver on something, which, hopefully would be behind-the-scenes footage of Lily's party, and they were left with basically nothing. So that's the story that's going around. And this person said, this is the story I heard because my brother couldn't stop laughing when he told me about it. And he does not work for Netflix. But the brass at the other major production companies are really finding every new Markle-fueled mess up to be more and more hilarious. And Netflix's reputation continues to tank, which, yeah. And the stories are coming out that Netflix is extremely disappointed because they didn't get any of the royal content that had been promised to them by Harry and Meghan. I just want to add on my own that this is one of the photos supposedly from the party that Meghan put up going, look, the little girl with the face painting. Like they had a face painter there for the kids. I can only say that this was not done by a professional face painter. It looks like they just smeared some stuff on the kid's face to make the kid happy. But they didn't have a professional face painter there at their party. That's pretty obvious. And now the Sussex PR machine is in overdrive, and you're getting stories like this. You can buy Lily's dress. Yes. No big deal. And there's a story behind it, a very sweet but sad story. And then they're putting out pictures like this one. This is Lily's cake. And they're doing it again. Their PR people are just drip feeding story after story to try to keep them in the press at all times. Then they're putting out stories. We've heard, the Cambridges didn't even let their children meet them. Yeah, they're putting out stories now like this. Prince William must realize how important Harry is to the monarchy. Or how about this one? Queen would love to see Archie Lilibet with Prince George, Charlotte, and Louis. Yeah, their PR team's stories are getting more and more pathetic as they go. I don't even click on them anymore. They're just clickbait. All right, moving on. And I just want to remind everybody, Thomas Markle still is in his home. He's had a stroke. He's unable to speak. And Meghan still has not been to visit him. So just don't forget about him. Keep him in your prayers. All right, I had to throw this in here because, the story came out, Wallace and Edward gave up the throne for love, and it was just the world's greatest love story until the letters came out that showed that Wallis Simpson was not in love with the king. She was trying to get away from him. She was writing letters to her ex-husband, who she was in love with until the day she died. You can find it all on YouTube. But I just find the parallels to be shocking because Wallis actually did not love the king. And I think in the end, when Harry and Meghan's marriage fails, and eventually it will, I think Harry's going to be kicking himself because he's going to realize that Meghan didn't really love him. He was totally being used. Come to find out that what Wallis Simpson was in love with was the glamour, the money, the travel. It was all so exciting. But the second she had to give up the husband that she was actually in love with, I think that was it for her. And if you ever go on YouTube and look at that YouTube that I saw with the letters that she wrote to her husband, it's heartbreaking. The parallels with this couple and Harry and Meghan it's scary. Really, it's just so scary. All right, moving on. All right, we're going to move on now to this story that the Queen is going to be booted as the head of state for Jamaica. The story came out that they're setting it up and it's going to be done in just a couple of years. I believe they said that it would be done by 2025 to become a republic. But let me remind you guys of something. Republicanism in Jamaica was where they advocate for Jamaica's system of government to be changed from constitutional monarch to a republic. And both political parties are apparently for this. Okay, that's what's being reported. So if both political parties are for this and everybody's advocating for it, you would think they would just go ahead and do it. But yeah, I don't think so. As you can see from this article, this is something they've been threatening to do since 1972. 50 years ago. Then it came up again in 1977. Then it came up again in 1981. I mean, it's like they're constantly, we're going to become a republic, but then they never do. It just doesn't happen. You know what? At this point, I'd be like, get the hell out. Throw them out. Let them do whatever. But they've been threatening to do this for 50 years and they've yet to go through with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever. All right, here we go. Eugenie, she's firmly in the Sussex camp. She took a picture and she intentionally cropped out Camilla and Catherine, two future queens. I mean, it was done intentionally. It's very obvious what she did. I mean, she's just so rude at this point. People are trying to say she just didn't know how to do it, but it's pretty obvious that she did. She's just rude. It's not a shocker. I mean, look who her dad is. All right. FYI, Harry did the same thing in 2019 on his Sussex Royal account. All right. Charles and Camilla hosted a reception at Buckingham Palace. Apparently, the heads of the Commonwealth are meeting very soon in Rwanda. And so he got together with a bunch of people. This one woman he was talking to, I just loved her. Watch this and listen to what she's saying to Charles. This is the kind of person I want to hang with.
You're right.
Champagne.
You got it.
I'm going to get it in a minute, don't you worry.
So as you can see, everybody had a great time. Then later on in the evening, the Duchess of Cornwall attended the Rifles Regiment Sounding Retreat, which is a fabulous event. They play unique military music and pageantry on Horse Guards Parade. Love it. I like seeing Camilla do more and more. Absolutely love it. All right, once again, Charles and Camilla, they plan to host a live episode of Strictly from Buckingham Palace. Apparently, they're in talks with the BBC. And the Queen gave her blessing. It'll take place in the Palace Ballroom later on this year, and they may actually dance themselves. The quarter or semifinals are being lined up for this broadcast, and that apparently is going to be used to bring the Queen's Platinum Jubilee year to a spectacular close. Now, they're saying that the show is the perfect fit for the massive ballroom there, where 112 state banquets have been held in Her Majesty's 70-year reign. And apparently, Charles and Camilla are big fans of Strictly Come Dancing, and so is the Queen. And notice that the second that story came out, the PR people for Harry and Meghan started, these drip stories. Meghan and Harry might do an appearance on the Strictly Dancing show at the palace. I mean, who are we kidding here? Now also, Charles and Camilla joined in with the annual celebration of the very best in Cornish agriculture, food, and heritage. Today it was the Cornwall show in, I hope I'm saying this right, Wadebridge. There are so many photos, I'm just going to put them to some music. So sit back, watch, and enjoy. And finally, we're going to turn our attention to William. You guys remember I showed you that he was selling something called the Big Issue, and he was out on the street. No security, no people everywhere, no cameras. It was found out because somebody saw him and took a picture. But anyway, because of what he did, donations are flooding in. And that is what they do. That is what the Royals do. They bring attention to important things to get people to donate. So a video was taken by somebody and put up on TikTok so you could see what was really going on. So watch this. All right, now I asked you guys, what do you do to thank somebody who's done all the wonderful things that my neighbor has done? And you guys came up with a lot. Sorry, I got the hiccups. You guys came up with a lot of suggestions, from buying a plant with UK roses on it. But somebody suggested a tea set. And I thought, oh my God. So I ordered her a tea set, and this is what it comes with as you look above. Besides the creamer and the sugar, it also comes with the spoons, as you can see above. Now, there were several different patterns. Now, this was one of the patterns, but I got to be honest, I wasn't crazy about it. This was option number 2, which again didn't thrill me, but this is what I purchased. Option number 3. I love that pattern. So as you can see, it is a 22-piece porcelain ceramic coffee tea set. It comes with cups, saucers, teapot, sugar bowl, creamer pitcher, teaspoons. Actually, the only thing that didn't come with it was the stand that you're looking at that shows it off. I thought she'd probably want to put it away in a cabinet. That's why I didn't buy the stand. But I've got it. It's been ordered. I can't wait until it shows up. I'm so excited. All right, you guys, once again, lots and lots and lots and lots of information. Just go through and put those comments in, because obviously I'm reading them and obviously I'm liking them. Make sure to leave those comments below, okay? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, double check, make sure you're still subscribed. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Rumble, Getter. Don't forget you can email me. For those who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.